This already. You know, I would never make you wait the whole 5 minutes. It don't take me that long to get started. Listen, so yeah, hit that link and subscribe. This is just kind of a chill day. Happy Friday. So I really was talking to my sister-in-law, and she was like, hey, she said, did you see the case with David? And I was like, who is David? And she said, David, the singer. So, you know, no, I didn't. No, I didn't know who that was. And so, I started seeing the story about TMZ and the girl, Celeste and things like that, and caught some things. So stick with me. I'm gonna go because I'm 37. This is young, but I will go over just these two stories right quick. These are just cases right now that's out. Um, with Celeste, this young singer named David. Celeste was 14 when she passed. I'm assuming her birthday was the other day. Rest in peace. She was with a singer named David, from what I'm understanding, and that is kind of the short gist of it. Now, what the crazy part about it is, he is 21, and so supposedly he's been dating this girl or dealing with this girl since she was 11 or 12. I don't know. So I'm gonna go through some things. I pulled up some videos, TMZ, so we can just get it all in one batch. I jump. So I'm gonna save you a little bit of jump if you watch this video. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button. And then after that, we're gonna go into a story about Trey Reed. If y'all have not seen the story about Trey Reed was a college student located in Mississippi at the Delta State University. Now, supposedly, they said it's alleged, because I ain't gonna say it's true. I got a little update. I was searching today. I want to keep up on this. They said that Trey, um, they said that he was found in his dorm room. Then after that, from the dorm room, he was found hanging from a tree. So it's so many different things. The police hasn't been communicating with the family. So I'm gonna do a little bit of update on that as well. So again, welcome in. Hope you are enjoying yourselves. Thank you for the few subscribers. I'm trying to get my algorithm up, or trying to like get into the space of doing the things. But some stuff I was just seeing, it really gets me into going when you got to go do research. Okay, so let's jump into this baby, Celeste, God rest her soul, and then we're gonna go from there. So this story right here is gonna be, let me see. Now, Celeste was found. Okay, let me just do it like a news reporter, so I can keep you up to date. Celeste was found in the back seat of in the frunk. So people like me, I was looking like, what the fuck is a frunk? So a frunk is a Tesla. It's a trunk that's located in the front of a car. So she was found in the trunk. Now the crazy part about it was, when I went to doing this research, she wasn't found in whole. Her head and torso was found. And they have not found all the limbs to the baby body. That's some weird shit. Okay, let's jump into this part over here. Welcome in. I am Unapologetic Tank, being unapologetic as I know how. Welcome to the channel. Hit that like and subscribe button. Let's go into the first part.
I spoke with Charles Ladibaudiere. He's executive producer of TMZ. You've seen him a million times with Harvey Levin. And it was TMZ who first made some of the connections between the missing 13-year-old girl and the body in the trunk of David's car. Here's our conversation. Charles, it's good to have you. Do we know how long Celeste's body was in that Tesla?
That is a big question at this point, Ashley. What we do know is that the car was impounded on the 5th of September. The police discovered the body in the Tesla on the 8th of September. Now, we also know that the car had been abandoned on that street in the Hollywood Hills for at least 3 days before it was impounded. We've also spoken to neighbors in that area who said that there were people who had walked by the car and had noticed a bad odor, and that they kind of thought it was either a dead animal somewhere, either under the car or near the car. But when they called the police to report this car abandoned, they didn't mention the odor. They just thought it was a dead animal somewhere in the area. And then, of course, the police had the car in the impound yard for a couple of days before suddenly someone there was like, yeah, there.
So just throw this nugget at there. So I worked in a funeral home before. So if you don't know something, well, most of you all do know, but it's you know, a lot of people they go through a lot of like, you know, trying to hide a body. But if a body is left out in the public or just out, it is going to have a smell because your organs, all this stuff is you know, breaking down and stuff. So I don't. It says to me that she had been gone. You know, she had been passed for a little minute. If he was at that point, it had to been about 2 weeks now. Supposedly he's on tour, but we can get to that too because they have pulled his tour already. So let's finish this one and go to the next part.
There was like, yeah, there's something off here. And that's when they opened that front hatch on the Tesla and found the bag with the body parts.
And they call that the frunk, if I'm not mistaken, in the front of the Tesla. It's like the trunk in the front, so to speak. But that's a really good point of forensic interest, that there was someone who noticed something that didn't smell right when the car was abandoned on that California street. So that would indicate that the body was in there probably prior to the impound lot. Are they able to determine how Celeste died at this point?
The medical examiner has said that the cause of death is deferred. Meaning they have not been able to figure it out at this point, and there's going to be further toxicology.
Yes, and you know, one thing about it, the longer, like after a person passes, right? You know, the longer is discovered or whatever, it takes so much longer to, you know, to find out how, because the body's deteriorating. You know, if you had marks on your neck or whatever, it's but you know, they can still do a lot of research. But I'm kind of mad. Let me tell you why before we finish go into this deeper. This baby was so young, and from how I've been looking at it, I watched Lovely T. We're gonna watch a piece of Lovely T's too. This baby was young, and it's so many motherfuckers that knew about the shit to the point he was paying. Let me go. Okay, we're gonna finish. We're gonna go back into it. This is my problem. Tap in, hit that like and subscribe button.
Testing. It may just be that, remember, you know, what was put in that bag, the body had been dismembered, and maybe they don't have enough at this point to, you know, to positively say this was the cause of death. It sounds weird to say they don't have a cause of death because, look, it's LAPD robbery homicide that is investigating. The body being dismembered would lead one to believe that this is a homicide, but you know, they just don't have that forensically yet. They can't say for sure what the cause of death is.
And not to be too graphic, but it's important for the investigation and obviously for the autopsy as well. She was not found in her complete, her complete body wasn't found. These were parts. And if I'm not mistaken, was it a head and a torso and that's it?
Yeah, there was also, I don't want this, you're right, this is just very grisly to say, but I don't know if they had all the limbs. They certainly had some of them because the police did say that she had this tattoo, which is very interesting, something we found out, but she had a tattoo on her right index finger that said the letters SHHH ... And that was on her right index finger. We had actually spoken to Celeste's mother last week. And at that point, the police had said that the tattoo was there, but the mom told us more information, which the police had not released, which was that the tattoo was in red ink.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our News Nation app right now on your phone, and you.
So guys, this part right here, that was the update that the news station brought out this morning. Now, moving on to the next thing. Now, the teacher, now it was a teacher. Now listen, we're gonna get into this a little deep. Now this is crazy because it's a rabbit hole. Like if you go down this rabbit hole with the young folks, baby, your brain is gonna be bugging. Now let's go into this part. The song that he made about Celeste. Y'all gotta go. Is this a Jeffrey? I don't know. Listen, okay, so let's go into the next part. My best friend just called. Give me a moment. I'll be tapping back in. Let's check out the story from TMZ that just came out maybe like an hour or two ago.
Welcome to TMZ Live. Big developments in the case involving the singer David and the girl who was found dead in the trunk of his Tesla. Notably, we broke a lot of stories yesterday, but one of the big ones was we were able to talk to a teacher who taught Celeste Rivas and had a lot to say.
Yes, he opened up to his current class. Now, this teacher says he
Okay, y'all. Sorry about that. I got lost and sidetracked. This is not the video. I think I accidentally knocked the video out when I answered the phone. I am so sorry. Let's go. Let me see. Can I re-upload the video that I had from TMZ? Because it started to play. There we go.
Welcome to TMZ Live. Big developments in.
Okay, so sorry, I got off track. I got so off track. That was not my plan to answer the phone because my so I can't do this. Okay, so let's get past this. Okay, so this is the story that just came out recently. So she had a teacher. Okay, so Celeste had a teacher. That he used to be her. He was her teacher, I guess, about a year ago. Now the way that he brought the story off to the students, he was telling his classroom. Now, mind you, this is middle school. This is middle school. Bitch, I know we was crunk back in our day, but it's no way. I don't remember it being like this, like people cheating on. I don't know. But they're gonna go through it. But he was I at a moment's I thought he was, looking for clout, but he's not looking for it. They cleared it up, I think. But still something odd about it because he still had the pictures in his phone of the girl in his classroom. Check this out.
In the case involving the singer David and the girl who was found dead in the trunk of his Tesla. Notably, we broke a lot of stories yesterday, but one of the big ones was we were able to talk to a teacher who taught Celeste Rivas and had a lot to say.
Yes, he opened up to his current class. Now, this teacher says he taught Celeste a couple of years ago when she was in middle school, but once he saw all the stories that we were breaking, he decided he wanted to share his information, what happened when Celeste was in his class with his current class. So what you're about to see is the teacher doing a little show and tell with all he knows about Celeste and David and how they met.
That's her in my classroom in front of this poster right here. She's been missing since I taught her. So when I taught her, she met this dude on social media. He was a rapper in LA. He came and got her. She ran away from home. She was gone for like a month. The cops found her in Hollywood, brought her back to our school. She came back to our school.
This is given. Listen. This is given. You can come in, but tell me what you think. The teacher, I want to know. I got questions. We all got questions. Now, you should have took this to the police department a long time ago. When she started saying she was dating a rapper and you should did this then. This the baby. Some weird shit going on, y'all. Tap in.
Kind of told people this story. She disappeared again in May of that year. And then I found out yesterday that she's now dead in that rapper's car, cut into pieces. You want to know how they met? I feel like I just said it. Social media.
So he said, it sounds like he was saying this, and we spoke to him, and it sounds like he was telling the class this almost as a cautionary tale about social media and going to social media. But in the process, it's interesting, he said she ran away in January, he came back, and then ran away again, or at least disappeared again.
And that tracks with what we had seen as far as missing a missing children's poster that we saw. There was one earlier in the year, and then there was the one in May of 2024. So
quick question. Now, if this baby missing, all her friends, now it's an app or I don't know, software. I don't know. It's called Discord. I heard we're gonna go over there. We're gonna get to that too. Now, it seems as though all these kids, it's so many kids. When you go deeper into the rabbit hole, it is a lot of kids involved in this entire situation. It's kids. These are kids. A lot of kids are involved. Okay, kids. So this is the Mr. Poster. So I feel like, after all that time missing, and she was out, she was in videos with this man. She was at different events and shit. Her mama knew what she was. I felt like he was paying the mama too.
And we did confirm, too, that he was, in fact, a teacher at her school at that time when she used to go to school in Lake Elsinore. He is no longer a teacher there. So when he was referring to, oh, you see this photo of her with the poster, that's the poster here. So it's not his current school. He's now teaching in a different district.
I think that's why the video went so viral, too, is it kind of came across like he was kind of like clout chasing, being like, oh, look, she was in my class, but he cleared the air with us.
Well, honestly, we thought that when we saw the video, right? This was it's odd that this teacher was sort of bragging about his connection.
I'm still not sure
and then we talked to him to clear it up.
I'm still not sure that that's like a good conversation to have with your science middle school class, and that's why this was originally posted online, was because the students started filming him secretly because they're like, why are we having this conversation? But he felt like he wanted to tell his students to be wary on social media.
So there's a lot more to talk about. So we told you there was a search of the home that he appeared to have been staying in the Hollywood Hills. So we now find out that they were testing for blood. There's something called luminol, which can light up a floor.
Everyone's seen this on CSI.
Yeah.
That they spray it, and it, allows them to see if there are traces of blood, even if it's been cleaned up.
So they were
Now to tap in right quick as well, I'm gonna pause this just a few seconds. I'm gonna I know y'all want to see this, but it's a video. She had on some shoes. I want to go find it, but I don't know. It's a rabbit hole. She had on some shoes right in this one picture on Instagram. Now, those shoes, I think a week or two ago, he was standing beside this pool with them same shoes, cleaning the shoes, washing the shoes.
looking, on the floors. They were looking in drains to see if there were any traces of blood. We don't know what the results of the search were, but it's significant because the Tesla that contained her body in the trunk was parked nearby. And so it seems like their working theory is she might have been killed
if she were
in the house.
Killed or dismembered in the house and then placed in that car and parked, a block and a half away.
Right, and we should say that the police have not named a suspect yet. The police have not named a person of interest yet, but that doesn't mean they don't have one. They got a search warrant, which means they clearly were able to show a judge that there was probable cause to believe a crime was committed. But the police have been playing this really close to the vest.
We also don't know what David's cooperation has been with cops. We were told early on he was cooperating with cops. Now it seems kind of unclear, but it is kind of interesting because...
Well, he's not talking to cops.
That's what we're hearing.
We now know, well, we've got in on pretty good authority he's not talking to police.
Which you think is maybe normal what an attorney would say to their client.
Of course. They just searched his house.
But I looked at it as, if you have nothing to hide, why would you not go to cops?
You don't look at it that way.
Once now he knows they've searched his house. He knows what they were looking for in his house. Anything he says
is incriminating.
But it is interesting, though, that now they have finally announced that the tour dates, he was supposed to perform in San Francisco. Is today the 19th?
Yeah,
or the 18th?
San Francisco,
and then,
tomorrow.
No,
LA.
it was.
So to go back into this, yes, I can't play his music because if I play his music, they'll take my video down. But we're gonna go a little deeper in a few minutes. Go a little deeper. Then I got her pulled up. I do. So he has a very nice voice. I have to give him that. Allegedly, he did something to this baby. Allegedly, because I don't know him, but he has a nice voice. Now, this tripped out part about it is, he has this type of Freddie, Jason, Jeffrey Dahmer / Harlequin type of music. I don't know. It feel kind of dark, but in one of the songs, he got a song out. Go listen to the song. The song is called Celeste. Okay, now my sister-in-law said, well, some of his fans are saying he got another girlfriend named Celeste. No, he don't, baby. No, he don't. From my research, this is the Celeste. Even in the music video that he made, it's showing a girl that looks just like Celeste. Okay, we almost done with this. I'm going to
tomorrow at the Greek in LA. Those have both been canceled. So he's not going to be performing.
Scrubbed from the Grammys.
Scrubbed from the Grammy Museum, which he was also supposed to have an appearance at next week.
And
he was supposed to be dropping a deluxe album with Interscope, who we now learned that they've pulled all that. So clearly he knows he has a lot going on.
Yeah, well,
it's not a good look to be on tour.
But the interesting thing is, the label is pulling all official promotion, and he's taken out of the Grammy Museum for this appearance. But there's still a lot of publicity around his name and his songs.
His streaming.
Well, that's not the only thing that's been pulled, though. We also reported this morning that those bloody shirts, the bloody clothings that were a part of his act and a part of some of his songs in the music videos, they're not available anymore.
Well, and it's interesting. The songs are, the titles of these songs are just Romantic Homicide, which, by the way, is the
number one streaming song for him right now.
Right.
Coincidence, but a creepy one.
So we also got, look, a lot of people.
Yes, it is a very creepy coincidence. It's like, I was watching this other guy earlier. I might go find this video too. He was saying something like, what if he did this for the music? Like, some people saying sacrifice to the point where, if you watch, just going down a rabbit hole now, at his concerts, right? He was bringing in caskets at his concert. Now, this is after this baby, he just went on tour. He's bringing in, like, literally coffins, right? And then he had a picture on Instagram where you just seen the bloody shirts. He wanted the bloody shirts. Okay, he was asking people to buy the shirts. Something wrong, y'all. Something going on.
What was the relationship between this 15-year-old girl and this 20-year-old guy? And this goes back maybe to when she was even 13 and he was 18.
Right.
So we were able to get some video of the two of them together. So we've seen photos, and now we've got video of
them on a live stream where they're interacting with some of his fans. It's a short clip, and so it's hard to make out what they're talking about. But at one point, he does say to the moderators of the chat that we should make sure when this is done, don't leave it up. So I don't know what was being said during the chat, because we've only.
Okay, mind you, right? This Discord, right? When they was talking, do you know his moderator, supposedly, allegedly, I don't know, these are all kids. Now, in this video, if you go do your research, because I don't know if I can play it, because she sees something else I think they might take you down for. But at the end of this video, they was making a joke or something like that, and she was like, "What?" Because about aping kids. That's what she said. About aping kids. The R word. This is sad. We can go to the next story, and then I'm gonna go over Lovely Tease.
We've only seen that brief clip.
Well, she's pointing at some comments. I think people were making comments. You can't tell which one she's pointing at, but clearly
we also don't know when this
he
is
didn't
from.
want this to be clipped and go out anywhere.
So the way this works is, you know, sometimes the LAPD will be really open about an investigation, and they'll kind of lay out what they've got. They'll hold a press conference. They have done I mean, they are holding this as close to the vest as just about any case I've ever seen.
And you're right, but it reminds me of the Brian Kohberger case, where everybody was on the police saying, you are not giving us any information, you're bungling this case, and then they came out with a very airtight case, which resulted in no trial.
The difference with Kohberger is that with Kohberger, you didn't know anything about who may have done it. In this case, and I'm not saying he did because he is not a suspect yet, as far as we know, David, but people are looking at David. So I think it's different.
And Kohberger, we didn't know anybody at all.
Anybody at all.
Hello, everybody. My name is Kamar from Atlanta. So my question would be, what else do they need to do to say, hey, he's now considered a suspect? Because we see the video, we've seen everything on social media, and then the teacher even did it.
He's not a suspect unless they can tie him to the woman in the trunk and say he did it. That's when he becomes a suspect.
The car was registered in his name, and I'm not saying
not enough.
That doesn't
not
mean
enough.
that he.
Somebody else could have put the body in.
All right, so they have not made him an official suspect yet. I will check the news and we can all see, but something for you to go dig down. I would recommend going and watch Lovely Teas. Now, all right, let's go to this next one. This one is a news clip that just came out, I think, earlier. Let's check this one out.
The body of a teenage girl is found in a Tesla. The vehicle is registered to a popular music artist known for his moody and emotional style. Singer David now finds himself at the center of a media storm.
Okay, so this the problem that I had. I don't want to, hold on, I got to cut that off because they're going to try to take that down. Hold on, y'all. So, and nearly say because I have to fast forward, but I got to do it on other source. So if you're watching this, tap in, hit the like, hit the subscribe button. It's so much going on in this whole entire thing. It is really weird. If you are just now joining us, this is a story about a singer named David and a young teenage girl. Her name is Celeste. And something is going on. But she was found in the back of his trunk the other day, in the front of his Tesla, and the car is registered to him. This case is coming to you out of Texas. So we have been covering a lot of different the news stories. So I have to skip forward in this actual video, because if I don't, they will take my video down. So we're gonna skip ahead to right here. All right, let's check this out.
With police. So what questions remain in this investigation? A ton. Let's bring in criminal defense attorney David Bruto, media personality and artist Head Rack, and retired NYPD detective Mike Alcazar. Good morning.
Babe, you seen Head Rack? You got me calling Head Crack face. He was looking like, who the heck is Head Rack? You know, sorry. He was trying to, Head Crack, don't pay no mind. Head Crack is in the bottom left box. Check this out.
All of you, Head Crack. Let's start with you. David, give us a sense of his career in terms of its trajectory, where he is at this point. He's only 20 years old, but he's already made quite a mark.
You know, making waves in all the right spaces and places. You know, one of the places he really got a big launch pad from was Fortnite. He was one of those guys who made like one of the first anthems for the game that was utilized a lot. And he also is like really big on social media platforms like Discord, Reddit, naming a few. And, you know, his fans are very active. They engage with his music. And he's one of those artists who's like, you know, using all the tools that are available in a different way, and it's really like made quite an ecosystem for him.
And now he's at the center of all of this. David, the body is severely decomposed. That's a problem, is it not? In that, at the end of the day, they may not have a cause of death here.
Yeah, without a doubt. First thing that jumped out at me with that forensic pathologist statement is what's the cause of death? Cause and manner are the starting point for any prosecutor in a homicide case. And this may not be a homicide. You know, this could be a drug overdose. It could be a medical event. So certainly that is first and foremost for investigators and prosecutors, is to determine how she died. Depending on how the body is, how much it's decomposed, there's still ways to get toxicology from the body, and there should be damage and broken bones and all kinds of different ways to come to that decision. That's number one. Number two, we are in a gold rush of technology. Headcrack talked about the use of tools by this particular person, but at the same time, there's also going to be text messages and DMs, and there's going to be Snapchats, and there's going to be surveillance video, and the tech is so strong right now for law enforcement to be able to go back into the lives and look at digital footprints of both the victim and the suspect and determine who, when, where, and all the questions that really need to be answered with respect to the relationship. So those are two things that jump out at me: cause and manner, and then the tech that could basically put together the relationship and the communications.
Mike, David's Hollywood home was searched yesterday. They were out there for an extended period of time, picking up on what David just said. You have an individual who is a 20-year-old, very successful, wealthy entertainer. He's got a lot of people around him, and there's vehicles around him as well, and that's already been, you know, it's been thrown out there as well. You know, it's just because it's his vehicle doesn't mean he was the guy with the keys to the vehicle. Give us a sense of the difficulty of investigating this case from what we know.
Yeah, very true. That was the first thing that popped into my head. So they recovered this Tesla. They're gonna canvass for video surveillance. It's already been told that the Tesla's been parked in several locations, so they're gonna canvass for video there. The Tesla itself might have video surveillance. You know, everything's recorded electronically on Teslas. Its movement, and who approached it. And like David said, they're gonna compare what kind of evidence, any kind of forensic evidence that they can you know, gather from the scene, and they're going to compare that to any kind of DNA evidence inside the vehicle, inside his residence. It's going to be a methodical search for forensic evidence, and it's going to be daunting given the timeline and the decomposure of the body.
Yeah, it makes it very difficult out of the gate. Let's take a little closer look at the 20-year-old artist, David, including these kind of eerie lyrics from a hit single that he has. It's called Romantic Homicide, which was released 2 years before Reed.
Sorry, I was trying to say I can't play that because it's gonna make me stop it. Okay, so let me see if I can do this while I made it. Okay, so that is that. Go listen to the songs. The songs are shocking. The songs are shocking. Okay, the songs are shocking. Let's go to. I want to show you this. Now I was up this. I went down the whole rabbit hole, y'all. So you know, Lovely T. I love Lovely T. She got some pretty teeth. She's a beautiful black woman, and Lovely T was covering this story too, right? So this is what now Lovely T went down the same hole I went down. Now you know us people that's a little older. These young folks. I mean, let's check out this. Let me show this part. Okay, so oh shit. Okay, so let me see how it looks on this part for me. Alrighty. It looks all right. I'll make sure I make this big enough because I want y'all to see this entirety thing. So let me go over here again. Sorry. I just want to make sure that y'all be able to see this really, really good. I want y'all to see this really, really good. So let's check out this part. This is Lovely T. She has been doing digging and research. So this part we're finna go over. This right here is about the same thing, but y'all on this part, she is finna show us the actual, like, she finna show us some text messages, and you will see the screen record of this situation. Like, she got, yeah. Let's go to this.
Again, allegedly reached out to Celeste's brother, and he was saying that, you know, that's his sister, and he brings up the Gus situation. So this Gus situation has been talked about on the internet. And
Oh, yeah. So listen, this even gets deeper. I want to know. They said Gus. So supposedly she had cheated. I don't know. I don't know. Allegedly, I don't know. I'm trying to figure this out. So she had cheated on David because she was with David. She cheated on David with Gus. So then Gus is missing. So where the hell is Gus, and who is Gus? Because Gus supposedly is now been, Gus is gone because somebody said that Gus got unalive a minute ago. So let's go through this, and we gonna, and then hey, if you seeing this, hit that subscribe button so we can keep up with this story.
somebody said that they had a conversation with the brother. I'm going to show you guys some of these screenshots from the conversation. So I'm going to show you guys it on the full screen. This is the alleged, again, take it with a grain of salt. We're going to watch this. Supposedly the boy posted, the next person to ask me about my sister is getting this fate. Leave me alone. So they're going through his stuff. So this is the conversation they had with him. So they said, dude, why does David follow you? All respect to your sister. I hate how shitty people are being. Was it really him, Jesus? All love, man. And the brother says, yes, it was him because he found my account out of nowhere and followed me. Fuck. Well, he has it coming. That's wild. Just randomly. Did you even talk to him? The brother says, I met him once in person. So this is all being screen recorded. Then they go on to say, did your family know of your sister being with him? Like, she was living with him. All this shit is so confusing and disgusting. The brother says, I knew and went to the police about it, but lack of evidence, so it was waved off. Then the guy says, bullshit. Now that there's 1,000 people backing you up, it won't happen again. But if they had listened, brother says, even then, they don't do anything. They haven't even done anything towards him. Then the person says, that's how it is with celebrities. That's how it is with celebrities. Just look at fucking Diddy. They don't do shit. Then he says, I know it fucking sucks. Fucking crazy. People suffer for it. How long has she been gone? He says, dead, 2 weeks. And then the person says, damn, that soon? People have been saying like a month. The dude is a weirdo. His songs all have weird messages and imagery. What do you think happened? Like he didn't want her to expose him being with her? Brother says, I don't know. Person says, damn. Was your sister like in love with him and choosing to stay? I'm guessing it was all him manipulating her. Then the brother says, yeah, she was always saying that he was waiting till she was 18 to get married and stuff like that. Guy says, fucking sick. That's crazy. All those people in his circle who knew and didn't say shit. I saw one guy got sued by him. I'm sure you would have too if you kept pushing. Then he said, dog, what? I never knew that. My sister wouldn't say anything ever. Then he says, dude, there's so much shit in that Discord he has. And the brother says, what the fuck? There's a Discord? He said, yeah, it was just his fan Discord and stuff. I wasn't in it, obviously, but from what I know, he recently deactivated it. And some screenshots and recordings are posting today and yesterday after the news showed one of his guys saying this. So they're saying here, at everyone, I'm in a song crisis right now. Then he says, the one with the missing girl, Celeste Rivera's. 95% sure it's legit. Someone who was in the server before. It was locked, screen recorded, them looking up this message, and it wasn't edited or anything. Then he says, what the fuck? No fucking way, dude. Please send me more if you know, dude. He says, got you, bro. Let me find everything that's been posted for you. That's why I said so many people were after David. Now after this, they have found so much evidence to back this shit up. Dude, I never knew this shit. Only a small number of people were aware until today. Brother says, I wish I would have known. I could have used this. You didn't have your sister added on Discord. He says, I don't even have a Discord. Then they say, yeah, I just been seeing because someone took a screenshot of her account supposedly. So that was Celeste's Discord account. And you can see here, she joined in 2021 and she hasn't really been in there since 2024 because at that, and then it also has #1 fan on there as well. But at that point, you know, he was dealing with her in person. He says, this is what I got. So he's sending, so I believe this is real because he's actually sending a lot of the stuff that was in the Discord to this IG page. Somebody else says, Celeste in here. Celeste says, hey, David Bark. And just all types of different messages. And these are photos. Said, are those photos of her? And that song was an unreleased David song, apparently. Here's the video just proving those messages are real and stuff. And then he said, are those photos of her? The brother says, yes. He says, do you know of any of your sister's Instagram accounts? There were some messages people said was her messaging friends, but I can't really confirm it yet. So they're showing pictures of her. He's kind of showing close-ups. This is a little girl. And he said, that's my sister, dog. And then he says, fuck, it is. You think this is real? Brother says, yes, I do. I know who Gus is. He's dead. So remember the name Gus. I told y'all about Gus. And then he says, what happened? He says, Gus got shot up dead. You think by David or just some other shit? He says other stuff. Okay. So again, you guys just heard me read the exchange between Celeste's alleged brother and, you know, somebody on his social media. Again, it's alleged. I don't know. I believe it is the brother, but you just never know with the internet, right? But I'm still going to put it out there. So now their songs, the lyrics of his songs are just weird and strange. So I'm going to post some of that up for you. He has a song that dropped the other day called Celeste. They said that he had dropped 2 songs.
Going a little deeper. Let's go a little deeper. So he drops songs on the girl's birthday. I don't know. It sounds, somebody said it does sound a little demonic. You gotta go listen to the song. Let me see. I want to, okay, well, she about to go into it. Let's go into this next part. I just love, shout out to Lovely T. Okay, this baby, Lovely T, you know what I'm saying? Listen, ain't nothing like a black woman. They always keep us up to date and they run the world. Praise the Lord. Yeah. So let me run into this. She's gonna go over another part now that I want us to see. Check this part out.
Her with her face covered. Lull, calm pic. These are some of the messages. They said here, David had sex with 13-year-old Celeste amongst having matching tattoos and lying about her age in public. It cannot get any worse than this. Look. So these are some of the messages here that are coming from the Discord. Oh God. Says, I made it. It can bleed and not bleed during sex because you probably did it when you were younger. Somebody says, you don't have to bleed the first time. I didn't because I wasn't horny. They said, you said you bled. What? I thought I did, but I just got my period. I only bleed with David. Who we? Gus, I was drunk and did it because he got mad at me the first time for not having sex with him. So Gus, it sounds like, was her first, I'm not going to say love, but one of the people that she had sex with, because she says with Gus, I was just drunk and did it. He got mad at me the first time for not having sex with him. So it sounds like this is maybe like the, Gus was the first person she had sex with. And so she's comparing Gus to David. And she's saying, when she's with David, he's making her bleed, maybe because he's, whatever. It's just, it's sad to think about. Oh, man. Then they go on to say here.
Just to chime in right quick. If you're seeing this, hit that like and subscribe button. Listen, this is so sad because this baby, this is a little girl. Where the fuck is her mama? And why are you having conversations about your hoo-ha bleeding during? This man, I don't give a damn. He's still a grown. I don't care if he's 20, 21. You were 13. And to mind you, this is going back. She died at 14 because her birthday was the other day. So she, so 14 years old. This has been going on for about 2 years, I think. Okay. So this is 11, 12-year-old little girl. 11, 12-year-old little girl. So I'm really glad that the police are searching his house, but whatever. But I'm telling you, them shoes she had on the Instagram, I hope she get to that too. Check this out.
I'm just gonna check up on you. I don't want to talk to anyone. That's it. Okay, yes, of course. But you have to swear you're gonna stay safe. Are you still gonna talk to David or go back with him? Because I don't want you to go and get into any more trouble with him. She says, I'm safe. No, I'm not. Says, okay, I love you. I'll text you in about a week. Don't delete Insta. She says, love you, and I won't. And once again, that's her in the thumbnail. It's them together. Now, here's a disturbing message here. People are saying that David's bodyguard, Marky, may be willing to kill for David, and that Marky might have been sleeping with Celeste as well. Because this was in 2022. So mind you, in 2022, this girl's probably like 11 or 12. She's only now hitting 14 and she's passed away. So this was in 2022. He says, hey, Celeste, I am Y. I don't know what that means. Celeste replies back and says, hi, Marky, you did great.
That means I miss you.
And then David says, facts, best bodyguard he'd kill for me. So maybe he had something to do with Gus. I don't know. Then he says here, hey, silly girl. And mind you, Celeste is 11, 12 years old in the server. I'm going to go through this thread quick here. They're saying there's more context. So we're just going to play some of these clips.
22. Why am I seeing Discord messages of you and David talking to the minor? Bands, I used to bodyguard for him, bro. I was bodyguarding for him in 2022. Why am I seeing Discord messages of you and David talking to the minor? Bands, I used to bodyguard for him, bro. I was bodyguarding for him in 2022. Why am I...
Here's another one.
I'm here to meet a 15-year-old. Like, what the fuck you want to say, bro? Like, I'm here to meet a 15-year-old. What the fuck you want to say, bro? Like,
see, these pedophilia jokes, they're not funny. He's trying to be funny, but it's saying a lot. At this point, who knows?
And I completely agree with her. This shit is not funny. Like, it's not funny. You sit your fat, round, big ball, Skittle eating ass up here making fun of the shit. Like, it's not funny. This is a little girl. And he's a grown ass man. And they say something that's wrong if you have an attraction to a little kid. Because you something wrong. It's not appropriate. It's not appropriate.
They could have been tossing this young girl up. She's young. She doesn't know any better. They could have been trafficking her, pimping her out. So let's go to TikTok. We're going to watch some videos. I think some of the videos have music on TikTok. Can't play too much of it, but we'll watch some of these videos.
Sorry about that, mic went off. So that is an update on Celeste. That's what I've been saying so far. So if you're new to the channel, hit that like and subscribe button. But yes, that was been going on with this whole Celeste and this singer David. Um, go listen to the song though. Go listen to the song. It is wild. Listen to the music video. Just go deep. Okay, we ain't went through. It took us almost an hour. I was gonna be on her solid hour, but gonna be a little bit past. So next up, this is another sad motherfucking case. Let's go back up to this one. Let me see. This I'm gonna drop this. Let me drop this. Let me drop this. Okay, so this next case is on this is by Trey Reed. So if you have not seen this Trey Reed story, Trey Reed was a Delta State University student located in Mississippi. Yes, by the sound of my voice, I was born there, but Memphis is deep in my blood. However, he was found. The report for him has so many different excuses. He was found. They say he was found somewhere in his bedroom, and then they said he was found hanging from a tree. So nobody really knows because this is Mississippi. So you found a young man that's in college hanging and he's black. And now, mind you, it was another man found 100 miles away hanging, and he was white and he was homeless. Are they connected? We don't know. We just know that they are not being transparent with the parents. That's what I do know. Let me pull this up. Yes. No, that's not the right story. So the update for today is this. Let's add this in. I want to excuse me for a moment. My computer acting crazy, but it's okay. Hope you're having a good day. If you are here, hit that like and subscribe button. So I want to come in and share something else with you all. And this is what's going on. So the family is asking for an independent autopsy, which I cannot blame them. Okay, they're asking for an independent autopsy of Trey. Now the reason they ask is because they don't believe his mama. I mean, I'm gonna believe when it comes to this story. I want to believe the mama, the family, whoever is around him that says, like, listen, I don't believe he did this. Okay, I want to believe that, and I'm gonna go with that too. I'm gonna go with I don't believe it. So I'm gonna read you this update. Then we're gonna watch the latest news story about it. So this is the update I just got. This came out, I think last night, and they are actually saying that this was a homicide. Now we all know that that is a goddamn lie. We know that's a lie. They said this is now a homicide. Now if this is a homicide, slap me and call me blue, but this don't. It's not. No, this ain't no homicide. I mean, this ain't no. They said it's a suicide. It's not a suicide. Well, I think it's a homicide. That's what I'm saying. Hold on, let me go back to this. So it says, okay, well, I'm on the wrong one. Get my new. I ain't no news reporter yet. Delta State University student Trey Reed's death was now classified as a suicide. Cleveland's chief Travis Tribble said on Thursday afternoon, announcing that the results of the autopsy on the 21-year-old student who was found hanging in a tree in the middle of the campus on Monday, September 15th. They said on September 17th, the Mississippi medical examiner conducted an autopsy. Findings were consistent with the initial investigation, determined that the cause of the death to be hanging and the manner of suicide, which I know is a lie. Final toxicology results are pending and may be 2 to 4 weeks to complete, the statement said. Additionally, Tribble said that as a part of the investigation, all files of the investigation our material have been turned over to the FBI and the USA Attorney's Office. The findings of the Mississippi Examiner's Office are consistent with the initial findings of the Bolivar County Coroner's Office, which found no wounds on the body of Reed at the time of discovery, and that was indicated to foul play. Friday morning, after the story was published, WJT reported that Colin Kaepernick's rights camp's autopsy. Oh, so Kaepernick, I love this man. He is such a nice. Did he come up my screen? Did he come up on there a little bit? Yes, he did. So okay, so this is new. Um, he will be. It looked like this. That's what he sees. Now y'all see, I ain't lying. Now this is what I'm saying. This is breaking news. I didn't know that. This is a good man. After the story was published, the Colin Kaepernick knows Your Rights Camp's autopsy initiative. It's a long thing. Will pay the cost for the second autopsy. Thank you, Cameron. Thank you, Kaepernick. Thank you, Kaepernick, because we need somebody to pay for this. Because we want an independent. Yes, we do. Trey's death evoked the collective memory of the community that has suffered a historic wound over many, 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 many deaths. Wrote by attorney Benjamin Crump. Peace will come only by getting to the truth. And we thank Colin Kaepernick for supporting the grief. So shout out to Colin Kaepernick. I did not know that that he was going to be. He is paying for this. That is a awesome thing. Thank you, man. Because people can say what they want to say about the man. Yes, he kneeled the knee, but see, he is doing the work behind the scene. So if he's doing the work behind the scene, he's paying for the independent autopsy. We want to know what happened to this baby. And I think that is one of the most awesome things. So thank you, Kaepernick. I did not know that because I did not read that all the way through. But there's breaking news for that. Kaepernick is also involved, and we also know it's Benjamin Crump. So I want to take you back to this story just to have a little review of what actually happened to Trey Reed. This is a sad, sad story coming out of Mississippi. Check out this.
Trey Reed's family seeks an independent autopsy after the student's death. We all know something seemed fishy about this story. We want answers, and we're going to launch our own independent investigation to get those answers, Vanessa J. Jones, an attorney representing Reed's family, said during the press conference. We will seek answers independently from Delta State University and from coroner's office, and if need be, independent from the state coroner's office, because we need answers as to what happened to Trey Reed. And this is what we know. We're suspected, therefore we're detected, therefore we're punished. There are a whole bunch of policing apparatuses on HBCU campuses, especially when it comes to surveillance. So we need to see footage from when he left the dorm to when he made it to the area where you say he hung himself. I want to be clear to people in the back. I'm not saying it is not capable for a black man to unalive themselves. What I am saying is something seems fishy for you to say they climbed on a tree and did it to themselves, especially if they parents, the people that raised them, is being like, nah, something ain't adding up to this one. There's something to be noted as well. Reed's mother said the president of the university ain't even called them yet. But the president of the university made a press conference and said that they have been in support and been in constant contact with the family. We have to pay attention to this case at Delta State University, as well as what happened in Vicksburg, Mississippi, 100 miles away on the same day with the same occurrence. A person hanging from a tree.
And that is very sad. Thank you, brother, for that awesome update. We appreciate you. Okay, so now we got that about we on Trey. Let's go to no. Oh no. No, this is not the right. That's not the right topic, y'all. That's not the right topic. We're not on that. We on this one. Let's go to this. We almost done. We finna get up out of here. Oh, I'm at 58. We might make a solid hour. We're gonna keep an eye on this case as well. So this right here is the latest update that just came out about Trey Reed. This was located on Fox News, located out of Memphis, Tennessee. Let's have a look-see at this case. At this news.
Tonight, there are still many questions about the death of a Mississippi college student. 21-year-old Trey Reed was found hanging from a tree in the middle of the campus of Delta State University Monday morning. Thank you for being with us tonight. I'm Darrell Green.
And I'm Darcy Thomas. Leaders at Delta State University talked with reporters, in fact, for a second time today. Last night, we told you Reed's family says that they want answers, but are not getting direct information from investigators. Fox 13's Martin Staunton has the latest from Cleveland, Mississippi.
Classes here were suspended Monday in the wake of Trey Reed's death, but they resumed on Tuesday. But investigators saying that there were no signs of foul play has triggered a wave of skepticism. I asked investigators what led them to make that statement so quickly after his body was found.
The statement was initially, at this point, we didn't believe or have evidence of foul play.
Delta State Police Chief Michael Peeler says the investigation continues. Reed's body is in the state crime lab for an autopsy. University President Dan Ennis addressed criticism from Reed's family. The school had not contacted them about his death.
Trey Reed gave us 2 names and the contact information for the people he wanted to be contacted in the event of an emergency. And we have maintained contact with those 2 people.
More than a dozen of Reed's family members were at the news conference. Afterwards, they gathered outside in a prayer circle.
And your word says that the peace of God.
This is continually difficult time for us, and we just ask that you continue just to lift us up in your prayers.
A Cleveland pastor told Fox 13 exclusively Reed's roommate attends his church near campus. He's been helping students deal with Reed's death.
I think he's just shocked. The students that I've been speaking to, it's just they're just shocked right now. They don't know what to process.
The university president says that the city police here in Cleveland are leading the investigation with support from the Mississippi Bureau of Investigations. The family has hired their own attorney to launch their own investigation, and they're calling for an independent autopsy as well. In Cleveland, Mississippi, Martin Staunton, Fox 13 News.
So that is the immediate update on Trey. We are praying for his family. You know, Trey, I was born in Grenada, Mississippi. And Trey is from Grenada, Mississippi. So that's one reason why I kind of hits home a little bit. Oh, y'all, I forgot to add in the last thing. Let me add in Facebook so I can go back and see how it does on there. But yeah, man, this has been crazy. This is so crazy. Rest in peace to Trey Reed. Rest in peace to Celeste. Y'all get. I'm not trying to say, because I'm not a parent, so I can't tell y'all how to parent. You know, because I'm not a parent, so I don't know how that feels. But you know what I'm saying, for especially you got teenagers, be in your kids' business a little bit. Not saying be their friend, but have a good balance of having an open door where they can come talk to you. Because, you know, if you was born in my time frame in the 70s and the 80s, you know what I'm saying? They not in the same time frame. We did not have technology. We didn't have Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all this shit we got. We didn't have that. We had a no key. Maybe if you had a phone in your car, we considered you almost rich. You remember that? So, you know, I just hate that what happened, what's going on with Celeste and Trey. When it comes to Trey, somebody did something to Trey. Somebody did something. It's just what it is. It's just Trey. When it comes to Celeste, I'm gonna keep on digging. Shout out to Lovely T for all the connections and everybody else who been doing stories on Celeste. Shout out to my sister-in-law for making sure that I got more information on this story. So yeah, hit that link, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Welcome into the room. If you were here, you gotta hit the playback. But yes, yeah, rest in peace, man. Y'all have a good night. I'll be back later on. I'm gonna go dig deeper and go see. I gotta go back down this rabbit hole because I want to see who Gus is and where's Gus.